This week, we finally get to talk about an Adolf Hitler puppet as we discuss the 1991 series prequel, Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie VX Jefferson, and joining me, as always, the guy I'd lay even money on one time saying full moon. Yeah, full of shit moon, at least once in his life. Tim Yobo, how you doing today, good sir?
Well, I mean, come on, you got to be taking the over on that, right?
You've said full of shit moon, I'm sure. Referring to the company,
If not with this movie,
okay.
I'm sure with one of the full moon movies.
But Tim,
right?
We are not alone on this journey. No, we are joined once again by the woman who sees a full moon title card and gets excited. It's Candice. Gotta love that logo. But we're not alone. We are joined by two guests this week. Friend of the show, previous guest, J.M. Brandt, and Tom Napolitano, hope I said that right, collectively the writer and the artist of the upcoming, what is it, a graphic novel, would you call it, a comic book? How do you guys prefer to call it?
We're calling it a one shot.
Okay.
That's what it says on the top. Yeah, one shot.
That means self-contained story, one issue, little bit bulkier than a regular comic, but not quite a graphic
and the title
novel.
of that is Swallower of Shades. So you can go out there and purchase that today, right? You could go get a pre-order in.
Yeah, you should still be able to get pre-orders in. You might have to go to a comic shop or find it online through a retailer.
Mm-hmm. Fringe benefit of being on a podcast,
right, baby.
motherfuckers.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yep. I really enjoyed it, especially page 16. That was just like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Graphic?
It is an accurate visual representation of the dead fetus being rammed into a man's mouth. Yeah.
Spoiler.
Damn. Does that ruin the story?
No, but I mean, it's one of those things when you see
Tim, you got to learn how to work here, kid. Listen, think about our listeners and what's going to turn them on. What's going to turn our listeners on and sell copies of this fucking thing? There you go.
True, that's right. Yeah, when I hear a kid gets killed in a movie, I'm like,
I'm
I
a
want to see that
long-standing
movie, so,
supporter of killing children in movies.
Yeah, you hear comic, you're like, I don't know. You hear munching on a pickled fetus, and you're listening to
absolutely.
Yeah,
but it's deli style fetus, so it's okay.
It's kosher. And Tom, I got a hats off to you on this one, buddy. This is some incredible fucking artwork.
Thank you. I busted my ass on it.
I can tell.
And I honestly, the page you were just talking about was the easiest page to draw. It went very fast.
Okay.
That might be because I was trying to get it over with very quickly. And
so I got to ask.
I did have to talk him into that one.
Okay.
That was a little bit of bridge too far, but they said splatter western. I wanted a splatter.
I think it was done as tastefully as you can do that scene. So
Thank you.
hats off, Tom.
Thank you.
Yes.
I
Because
tried
it's
my
kosher
best.
So,
Bill,
Tom, I got to
right?
ask you, buddy, as far as like artistic influences, because I've only seen this work of yours so far. Who or what would you say you're drawn from here?
For this particularly, it was sort of a challenge just to think in black and white because so much of modern comics, you kind of lean
I was going to
towards
ask you a
color.
question about that. Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, you get comfortable leaning towards color, giving you shadows and stuff. So for this, I've always been a Bernie Wrightson nerd. So he has like a Frankenstein book that is full black and white illustrations, huge board size almost artwork. So I looked into that a lot. Pretty much I stole a lot of the characters. I will get rid of the contour line to create space from the background. So there's not always a solid line going around a character. I'll drop the line and the white just spills into other white, or it cuts off a texture in the background. So I was really looking at techniques like that to better.
Well, Samurai Jack does that, right? Where they don't have outlines on anything.
Samurai Jack, I would say, does something like that. In comics, the artist Danny, do they go by Danny Strips?
Yeah.
They use that technique a lot. Like a very negative space type of artwork. But yeah, I've always been a Wrightson fan. Stole a lot of the black and white techniques. I've always been a Frank Frazetta fan, so I try to compose like very dramatic panels as much as possible, like because he had so much gravitas with every painting or even comics that he did was very set piecey and very dramatic. So I tried to make every panel be as dramatic and be as composed as possible.
Yeah, I mean, and it like especially page 21, which is the well, I guess I shouldn't spoil what it is, but it is an action heavy page, and all under like a rain that's taking place at the time, and it looks fantastic. I especially love the way that you kind of play with non-traditional panel use. I guess I'm not an industry person. I don't know the terms, but the way that you have, some of the characters will reach out and bleed over from one panel into the next one, and you really mess around with those boundaries as part of the art. I think is fantastic.
Candice just falls into that accent way too easy.
Yeah, I was kind of going for like Rod Serling meets the stranger from Big Lebowski with a little Crypt Keeper put in.
That's what I was thinking about, the Big Lebowski. Yeah, with the guy. Yeah,
that tracks.
I love the way that he interacts with the audience and with the characters at the same time. So I just really wanted to write at least one book like that, and luckily our publisher let me go nuts with it.
DeadSkyPublishing.com. You should be able to get purchase a copy of it there, correct? No?
Actually,
well, never
no.
mind.
That's like
okay.
the one,
Well,
you can
that
get it
out.
on pets.com. You can get it on like clubpenguin.com.
Okay.
Dead Sky Publishing, for whatever reason, is like the only website that you can't get it from. It's more informational.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Just to make things super easy, there is a retailer that's supporting us called Things from Another World, which I think Dark Horse Comics owns, but it's a series of comic book shops, and it's a real easy website to remember. You can just do tfaw.com and type in Swallower of Shades, and you should be able to order it that way.
So hit that
easily.
up, guys. Oral thespian Candice, go for it.
Thank you.
I wonder why Candice loves that
I
one.
wonder why. So now that we've got that out of the way, and damn, is it fantastic! You guys should definitely check it out. I read it this morning.
Yeah, definitely. Because I will admit, I usually when I read comic books, I wasn't really a fan of black and white comics. But this is really I guess it's like the same thing. Like some people don't want to watch black and white movies, and then all of a sudden you realize, holy shit, I've been missing a lot.
I mean, see, I'm the opposite, Tim. I don't read a lot of comics. Really, the only thing I read that's comic related is Junji Ito's mangas, and those are all black and white. You know. Yeah,
that's Spiral Dude?
And that's one of the things.
Yeah.
The Spiral Dude. Yeah, Tim, the Spiral Dude. That's Junji Ito.
Okay.
But so some of the, like I was saying, some of the pages and the way that they just pop and are so, the imagery is so shocking, puts me in the mind of the way Junji Ito does some of his work as well. So. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And I was reading The Walking Dead. I got like a little bit late into The Walking Dead, but it was way before the TV show and everything like that. But yeah, so that was a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, definitely for me, The Walking Dead is just an influence in a lot of comics that I write, or just like all my writing. But the artwork, you're right, is it's real stunning in black and white. And I was a little late to Junji Ito, but I would call him a big influence on this book.
In the writing, I can see it as well. It feels like one of his stories about obsession that just kind of spirals out. So, yeah, no, fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and Tom, it's got to be extra hard for you to do something in black and white if you're not used to doing it, right?
I mean, to a certain point, usually, like, I'll work in black and white and then go to color, but it was more time consuming because you're also trying to create textures like in the background to create more depth when you could have just, like, I don't know, put a gradient in the background, which is sometimes a bad shortcut that comics falls into. So it was it was a nice challenge to, like, try some, like, the zipatone, like the dots or the hatch lines. I use a lot of, like, this sort of dry brush, dissolved, spiraling kind of brush to just make it kind of look smoky and deserty. Like, I really wanted to get, like, that everybody's got sand in their mouth type of taste. I hope that came across.
Like, it seems really gritty. Like, I agree with that. Like, every panel has dust on it. For sure.
That's absolutely accurate. Yeah, the grittiness of it, I think, but you can maintain that level of detail amid the grittiness, and it's fantastic. Yeah,
no, thanks
absolutely.
For
I'm glad.
I really appreciate it. It was cool.
Yeah. So why don't we do asides?
So we're done with Swallow Shades.
Well, Tom, that's what this podcast
We have
does
a lot of asides.
So.
Yeah. So speaking of asides, Candice, besides video games, what have you been consuming this week?
Yeah, because that one you're going to have to ask the whole collective.
No, what have you been going through? What do you got? Which is the that would be the tank in front of the Red Lobster, is the St. Louis Aquarium?
Mm-hmm. No, it is in the Red Lobster.
It's two catfish in a puddle.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Nope. Yeah, if you're ever in St. Louis, go to Union Station, buy a bus ticket, go anywhere else. Nice.
I hate doing things near my work because it just makes me think like it's PTSD. Yeah, it's I work kind of locally now, and certain roads are just cursed to me. If I need to go to a restaurant that's like on the same route or something, I just kind of flip out a little internally. I die a little on the inside.
See, you just call in sick, take an edible, and then just spend 4 hours in the zoo with no kids or anybody. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best time to go to the zoo.
That sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, Candice, quickly, what games are you playing? Yeah.
Is it really 25 years in the making? What exactly do they mean by that? I'm a little dubious
Right.
on
So,
yeah, they had an idea like, hey, let's make something in outer space. And like, all right, you know what? Let's come back to
that's like they announced
18
Elder
years.
Scrolls 6 in like 2017, and they just now said, hey, we're going to start development on it. Fuckers. Yeah, no, that's true.
I think when they say 25 years in the making, they mean one developer is 25 years old.
Oh man! So and Tim, you were persuaded by Candice to purchase a copy of it as well.
Yes and no, because I saw Candice playing, and I'm like, oh fuck, goddamn it, how the hell has she got that Missouri money? I'm like, I live in New York, I can afford that extra $31 on Game Pass. But then I was going back and forth, like, if I spend the $30 on it, do I really own the game, or am I just owning the early access and like a bunch of fucking fancy uniforms I'm never going to use again in the fucking game? But I cracked because I posted on our Discord, like, somebody talked me into buying Starfield early, and after like an hour, nobody said it, and I was just like, all right, well, guess what? You convinced me by yourself.
Yeah, we were all too busy playing
I'm
Starfield.
thoroughly enjoying the game. I was up until like fucking 4 o'clock in the morning last night. I woke up a little bit early to play it.
Oh, it's one of those. Is it kind of, I'm not to geek out about the game too much, but is it in the same vein as like a Fallout and a Elder Scrolls?
Well, I mean, with the exploring and having to go to talk to this person, and can you join this and can you do that? But Jesus Christ, I am terrified when I get to the point where I have to build a fucking base to mine the fucking minerals on some goddamn planet and protect it from pirates. What are you talking about? You got to protect that shit from pirates, Candice.
See, I picked the rich boy trait where you just start out with a house. Oh, God.
I started off, I'm old enough. I was like, come on. I went through all of this space scoundrel.
You built a backstory for your space person, and yet you're like, I don't like playing tabletop RPGs. Nerd.
Yeah, she has to think it in her head, not talk loud.
Them's fighting
and
words.
I'll admit as well, I it's one of them that I pre-ordered, and then I forgot it. And I was like, oh, shit, yeah, that does come out, and I pre-ordered it. So one of the many just...
You rich motherfucker. You pre-ordered $100 game, so you get 5-day early access, and you forgot
whatever, the upgrade. I can get the full $100 thing, man. I should get a physical on this. I probably will once the price goes down, but... Yeah, so I think that's what the three of us have been consuming. Let's go to you then, Tom. Since we haven't talked to you ever, I suppose, what's a little piece of media or something that you might have encountered recently you might want to share with the group?
I've been watching this YouTube series called Comrades in Coffee Getting Cars. And it's pretty much a Seinfeld, like the Seinfeld show spoof.
I know all those words, yeah.
It's only 6 episodes, and it's just like very strange. It is 2 friends that sit in a coffee cup, and they'll start by talking about like Matchbox cars, and one kind of like goes through like a Fox Mulder like type of storyline, and the other guy will be like, mine looks like a hamburger. And then they also have these characters that are like puppet mugs. So there's like this Vigilante who is a like Batman mug, and I don't know, it's a very strange kind of like Adult Swim-esque humor and filming. It's
you said the magic words.
I was gonna say you had me at puppet, but
obviously.
So I don't know. It's so strange. I love it's only a half hour, like all the episodes together, so it's pretty quick to watch. But there's like a lot of hidden
That
gems.
sounds right
in
up
there,
my
so
alley. It's
I don't
just
know.
absurd enough. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. What about you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And oh no.
All right.
Go on.
What about you, JM?
The last bit of media that I consumed is something you guys might have heard of called the Bloody Bits Horror Show.
Good choice. Tell us more.
I yesterday, over the course of 3 days, because 3 hours is tough to listen to in one sitting for a podcast.
I keep telling Eddie we're going to cut down the time, but he just won't stop talking and interrupting people.
Pitching our book, I'll do 5 hours, man. It took a little while, and I like Matt Anderson, and I like Gremlins too, and I was on the Grindbid pod like 8 months ago and got really drunk and started talking about all the green women in
the horny you got horny for the gremlin at the end.
Yeah,
I feel you, brother.
That's where I think it started. So I was like, I want to see how much they talk about fucking the lady gremlin. And I was not disappointed. So
I think we went more into the oral part instead of the actual fornication.
Yeah. There was a lot of gremlin getting wet humor, which is.
Oh, that's right. You said something about Ben Shapiro being safe.
That was one of my tamer episodes. Okay. You got to listen to Pin where I ventriloquize an abortion. That's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so I try and
that's on page 16
episodes. I try and listen to your guys' episodes only on movies that I've seen, and even though I've owned Pin for like 4 years, I haven't watched it because it's not a Region 1 DVD, and so I need to get an international player for it.
Oh,
so
you could if you go to patreon.com/bloodybits, you can.
Yeah, we'll trade your free comics for a Blood Bank membership. How about that?
If you got we've got 6,500 movies on that thing now, and so
I do need to.
For reference, definitely. I think Hulu's got like 2,400. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, but they got friends,
not
right?
me. I'm not one of their fucking friends. I'll tell you that right now. Much as they charge for their bullshit, and they still have commercials on it. Fuck that.
Seriously. But what's kind of funny is you guys were doing the what am I consuming, and Candice mentioned she's rewatching Venture Brothers, and it just turned out that I was rewatching Venture Brothers, not even knowing that the movie dropped yesterday, like the finale movie, and so I'm in season 6 of the Venture Brothers is the other thing that I'm consuming right now.
Fantastic show.
And it really is. And you guys were talking about favorite Adult Swim shows, so I do want to let you guys know what my favorite Adult Swim show is because it's the one nobody knows about. It's called Off the Air, and maybe it just means that I'm a giant stoner, but do you guys remember Liquid Television?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like
I remember
Liquid
getting
Television.
especially extra high for that.
Yeah, I believe the entire run of Liquid Television is in the Blood Bank.
Well,
look at that shit, JM. Come on. Now what's your excuse?
Hey, I knew I was friends with you guys for a reason. So it's like a 15-minute long Liquid Television based around a theme, and it is really good, and you do need to watch it super high. Well, you don't need to. You will feel super high if you're sober and watching it. But I just wanted to give a shout out to that one and Primal, because I just watched Primal, and it is insane.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that is another fantastic one. JM, if you're into that, like the Liquid Television stuff, and I might be showing my age here, but have you ever checked out the Spike and Mike Animation Festival? Okay.
Oh yeah. I was a banana slug. I went to Santa Cruz, and I totally got super paranoid high and went to a midnight screening of Spike and Mike up in Santa Cruz back. Showing my age like 20-something years ago.
Midnight screenings.
Oh,
best time to get high.
Indeed. Speaking of the best time to get high, Who picked this fucking movie? Yeah, you hear that silence?
I know it was me.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Tom's like, you know what?
Personally,
Nah, fuck this shit. It's all him.
I'm just doing my job. This is the Nuremberg defense for me. Look, man, they brought it up. I just am doing what I'm told. No, so
I mean, to be fair, Eddie, I did give you a list of like 20 movies that would be okay.
I'll be honest with you,
but
so this is on you, Eddie.
I put up a lot of polls and stuff too.
He gave you 20 movies.
And
this is the one you picked?
people around X or Twitter or whatever, and a lot of people brought this one up. So
X Twitter, yeah.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
I think it's the best.
I've had already a beer and a half. I had that 1,000 milligram, the 100 milligram edible.
Yeah.
I fucking love this movie.
Milligrams?
I fucking love this movie. I want to watch all the other movies of this in this series.
Wow.
I know. Neither did I, Candice.
Okay, so let's go around the room real quick. So
I had made some kind of pithy comment in the fucking Discord, like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be saying this a lot. Just pick that motherfucker up and throw it out a window."
Oh no, that's even worse. Yeah,
it's the perfect length of a movie like this.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Let's go around this. So Tim, this is your first viewing, clearly, and you loved it.
Of course,
Candice,
yes.
You've seen it before, right? Okay, and you love it because you're weird. Now, JM, you've seen it before. Is one of them you recommended? What's your history with it?
Okay, so my history is anything with puppets I'm kind of a sucker for. And one of my favorite things about Full Moon is all the like little doll characters that they create so that they can merchandise them. So I've watched almost all of the Puppet Masters. I don't actually know which ones I'm missing at this point because I haven't
watch them all. Fuck it.
Yeah, no. I'll probably watch them all. But yeah, I've seen this one once or twice before, and I do remember really enjoying it. And then when we were picking, you guys gave me the year, I was like, oh, Puppet Master 3, that's when they introduced the cowboy. So that works with my Western comic book, so let's maybe do that. And then I don't want to
Wow, he's doing the Sybil Danny connection. Okay, nice.
Yeah. He died. I met him once. I have
that's right. If you know,
JM,
you know.
now we just need you to tweet a picture of your tits and
yeah, sure.
Okay.
They talk about like disgusting horror. Just show my furry moobs.
Oh,
I haven't seen any of the Subspecies movies.
She's trying to get this fucking movie an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, you got an investment or something? Yeah. So, okay, what about you, Tom? Are you familiar with the work of the Puppet Masters?
So I honestly thought I knew more about the Puppet Masters. I'm pretty sure I've done like a marathon watch of all of them. But when I was watching this, I was like, I do not know this movie whatsoever. And I've definitely seen like Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. That has Corey Feldman in it, right? So I think that might have been the only one I've seen. So when I was watching this, I was like, I don't understand. I knew the toys, and that was about it. So then I actually started watching the first one, and then I was like, this is even more confusing than what was going on in the third one.
I knew everything that was going on. Come on, man. We get that flashback when there's like 6 minutes left in the movie explaining everything.
That's just good plot structure right there. Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, we all saw the first one. Oh, yeah. Definitely, right?
So Tom, then I got to ask you, buddy, how do you feel about your Puppet Master journey so far?
So watching the third one, I actually did enjoy the third one. I think it has like some weird plot things, but I can forgive that type of shit. But going to the first one, I was like, why is there a bunch of psychics? What We already got
It's
puppets.
weird, right?
What?
Yeah, Tim.
I don't remember that.
Tim, you might not have seen the first one.
Yes, that was very, very.
I remember seeing the
Like
first one, like never see. I remember seeing the first one, like, you know what? I'm good, and like I got high, and like all of a sudden I looked, and there was like 18 other fucking Puppet Master movies in a blink of an eye. I'm like, fuck that shit.
I don't
Some
remember that lyric in the Afro Man song. I was going to watch the Puppet Master series, but then I got high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh man, Tim, you were dead on balls accurate. There are 18 Puppet Master movies.
I know. I typed this fucking thing in, and Puppet Master wasn't good enough. It just kept popping up. It kept going and going. Like,
so this one in particular, I've got 3 written by credits for. So that's how you know what's good. First, you got Charles Band, who was credited as original idea, which is like some puppets plus tits plus murder. And then just a dollar sign.
I think he put I put on the S. He put 2. He made it a dollar sign.
Then you've got C. Courtney Joyner and David Schmoller, who get a real writing credit for this movie. And if you recognize those names, it's because you're like Candice and you love full moon movies. Because I couldn't find another goddamn thing that these guys worked on except for maybe Tourist Trap.
Good movie.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's like a legit kind of horror movie.
Yeah, it's like how Trauma, their first movie was like legit. And then
I hate to say this, because some of our listeners aren't ancient like us. Full Moon, back in the day of like, they were direct to VHS. Their whole thing was like, okay, there's these video rental stores, and that's where you get like Asylum also that made the knockoff, like the Mockbuster movies. Right. Low budget. We'll just churn this shit out and make some money because those shelves, they got too much space on them. So.
And there's a whole room with a beaded curtain that needs to be filled.
And you know what? If you're going to film a movie in 2 days, you need a very special director.
You know, I'm betting this movie wasn't made in 2 days.
No.
This movie is well
There's
made.
some funny stuff about the production of this movie we'll get to. So, Candice, when I say a special director, what kind of director do you think of?
Oh, God.
David Dakota.
I thought people were going to lose their shirts in this because it's him.
Legend. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know him from,
And you're like, why do my bottom parts feel so funny? I said, you're like, why do my bottom parts feel so funny?
They didn't teach us about this in sex ed.
I know David Dakota from turning on pay-per-view in the 2000s, seeing all these things under the 1313 production. And after like watching the second trailer, I was like, I noticed something here.
Yes. So, but for our listeners, for the bloody buddies out there, this is a bloody bits legend, because we've got some of our best episodes, Nightmare Sisters and Sorority Babes at the Slimeball Bolorama. Two.
Shit, yeah.
Fantastic. And now he's just doing a bunch of TV movies that have The Wrong and then fill in the blank. So it's like The Wrong.
Wait, what TV movies does he? Wait, hold on. I want to see what this guy does. If he's doing,
he does
TV
like
movies.
The Wrong Nurse. It's a very like a Stalked by Your Doctor kind of spin-offy Yeah, just a bunch of thriller, made-for-TV movie thrillers. The Wrong Mr. Right, The Wrong Fiancé, The Wrong Real Estate Agent.
Like Lifetime or We TV?
I'm looking it up right now. The Wrong Cheer Captain, The Wrong High School Sweetheart.
A lot of
come on. Does he have the fucking trademark or something?
The Wrong Blind Date.
Mm-hmm. They all seem to have.
Hey, hats off! This motherfucker's been making movies
they all
for
seem
how
to
long?
have. Oh, there you go.
Oh wait, hold on, Eddie. We got some Patreon money built up, don't we? Come on, let's give that motherfucker $26 and see what happens. Movie.
I'll pay double for the blood bank for you guys to get a David Dakota movie made.
Oh, produced by the Bloody Bits? Come on. We can do it.
I've already got the title card made. So we're there, buddy. Starring James Rolfe, or Guy Rolfe, sorry. James Rolfe is the angry video game nerd. Starring Guy Rolfe as Toulon. He actually did real movies back in the 50s.
Yeah, I know. This guy's a legit fucking actor, and I didn't even look him up. I could just tell from watching this movie.
Ivanhoe and Operation Diplomat. Tim, you probably remember both of those. They were from like 1955 and 1956. So you would have been out, taking a date out to the movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, minus 11 years old. Yeah.
Richard Lynch, who plays Major Krause, yet another bloody buddy.
You know it's a good movie when that motherfucker shows up.
Just like it was a great movie when he showed up in Scanner Cop. And he was, of course.
Didn't he smack Al Pacino? So look, you gotta if you're gonna do that shit, you gotta pay your price. You're gonna be in
or you're gonna be in the 2007 Halloween movie as Principal Chambers.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. See, I like when I pull what people were in. I have sometimes I like to give them the good shit, and sometimes I like to give you the bad shit. And boy, howdy, it was in some stinkers. Yeah. And you got Ian Abercrombie, who plays Dr. Hess. He had
Seinfeld, motherfucker.
Yeah, he was in Seinfeld. Did a lot of television. Then was the wise man in Army of Darkness. And most notably kind of landed as the voice for Palpatine in the Clone Wars TV series.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yep. Yep. Then you've got Walter Gotell as General Mueller. Tim, you probably know this guy. Best known for playing General Gogol in Moonraker, View to Kill, Spy Who Loved Me, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. Big old Bond guy, Tim.
Wait, the head Nazi in this movie?
My hero.
Shit. You know what's incredible? He's been in all those James Bond movies, and it took this movie for him to get close to titties. He's like, I'll do it. I don't care if I'm in the James Bond movie ever fucking again.
Then you've got Matthew Faison, who played Hertz. He was
Peter Hertz.
Was Stan.
Peter Hertz. Who's Peter
Hertz? He was Stan in Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. And he played the teacher in Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. So a couple of them. And then finally, I have to throw her in here because you got to love her. Michelle Bauer. Yep, of course, from Sorority. Yep. What legend in boobs and horror, of course. Yeah. And, of course, he was in Sorority Babes.
Oh, she. Okay, yeah. Wait, yeah, that's right. I'm rewinding. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you have to look up a little and you can see her head. Yeah, there you go. So, Tim, you got it, buddy. The only other notes I have here is budget.
Wait, hold on. You're forgetting about his wife?
I
who
covered
she
her.
Is?
Didn't I? Yeah, okay, sorry. Sarah Douglas, who played Elise Toulon. She was Ursa in Superman 1, Superman 2. Had a bit of a horror kick at this stage in her career. Then she was in Return of the Swamp Thing, Return of the Living Dead 3. A lot of returning. She does a lot of returns.
In this movie.
Yes, right?
I just have $800,000 budget. You can see literally half of the pennies of it on the screen. and I guess they were going to film this on location, but both of the
But they didn't have a
time machine. No, they didn't have money. They were going to film it in Romania, but then there was a bunch of political instability going on in Romania.
Yeah, well, look, if the first thing, if you're the country that everybody's like, hey, we need a country that can replace Nazi Germany.
Ooh, maybe. Probably.
His vessel was in Romania.
He did something illegal to lose it, that's for sure. Yeah. So his second choice was Hungary, but it was the winter. And they're like, yeah, we probably don't want to try to film in the middle of the winter in Hungary. Might be a little too rough. So instead, the location footage was all shot at a backlot at Universal Studios. So, just give up is the lesson.
Super authentic.
Oh, yeah. Super authentic. It looked like the front of the bar from Cheers, and they just put like a swastika poster up. So yeah, that's all I got for the background stuff. I guess we can get into the movie now, huh?
Yeah.
So we open in Berlin, 1941, and you're going to have a good time.
Let me stop you there.
Okay.
I really miss when movies used to use like paintings for location shots.
Yes, the matte painting for the location. It looks so good in this too, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they have like these nice lighting effects going off on the painting, like on an overlay, and I don't know, I just really miss that look. And on top of that, I also, like, an overall note for this movie, I miss when like very low budget movies and TV shows used lighting like so intensely, like everything is dark and like the lighting is so well placed to like highlight characters and stuff like that, and especially to hide that you're probably in the Universal lot or something. It even makes me
going by.
and it like even shows like X-Files used to be very heavily, like, a lot of lighting technique went into it. It wasn't just like, oh, everybody has a ring light on them perfectly. It was always like these deep, dark shadows to hide that they're in the same woods every fucking episode. So I don't know. I really miss that dramatic lighting.
It's true. It's sometimes having those limitations does, feed creativity.
And sometimes you get
Puppet Master 3. Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
Candice, so our square-jawed hero in this is going to be Toulon, I guess? What is he, 80-year-old man?
No, it's a cowboy puppet, right?
Yeah, fair. Yeah, you're right too, Tim. It's the cowboy puppet. So speaking of adversity fostering creativity, we're with the Nazi doctors who are experimenting with I guess it's what the prolonged use of nipple clamps does to a person. Because what they're trying to do is reanimate the dead to fight for them as soldiers, because they're getting
nipple clamps?
Yeah.
Yes, nipple clamps.
Yeah, I have written down, this guy's doing pretty good so far.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Because, right? Nazi officer Kraus pops in there, and he's like, listen, Hess, I'm going to report you up the chain of Nazis.
Yeah, you're only bringing people back to life, okay? You're not doing it the right way.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
With 40s tech.
You're fired.
Yeah. So he's giving him shit. He's like, look, man, we bought you all the best stuff. I'm like, where is it? I don't see it in here. This all looks.
He's got that cool mixy vial thing.
In Universal
That's
Studios.
True. Yeah, he does have the mixy vial thing, and he's got a pretty neat centrifuge that he uses later on.
Oh yeah, that's shit. That had to be expensive.
Yeah,
back in
twirling
World War
something
II.
around in circles. That's some high technology there. So the corpse sits up and then just fucking attacks both of them. And then I just say, so we watch they take it out obviously, but then we just cut outside to what if you don't know him, just appears to be the driver playing with a skeleton puppet. It's like, I guess everybody in Puppet Master just likes puppets, I guess. I do. I have a ventriloquist dummy. Little Timmy.
True, yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Especially when you put them in the guest room and don't tell the guest.
Oh, yeah, that is good.
Thank God you didn't have to see it.
When my grandmother was still alive and they had their house, she had a porcelain doll collection, and I would invite friends over and just have them go into the doll rooms without warning them ahead of time. Like 200 dolls in one spare bedroom, and just see their reaction.
Yeah, that grandma probably poisoned somebody.
Maybe. Yeah.
Don't check the backyard.
Yeah, don't go digging out in the backyard for sure.
Or digging through the dolls.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
For that.
Yeah. So now we go to the Toulon show, where we've got his 6-armed cowboy who keeps shooting at Puppet Hitler's feet. And I got to say, guys, that's a pretty good Puppet Hitler.
I loved how he was like shaking in his like boots.
Oh yeah,
it was very cute.
Yeah, just a cute
doing the Hitler shuffle.
A cute coward.
I also
mixed. Oh, sorry, Tom.
I was also imagining the puppet was peeing his pants because he had that nice like cross-legged like, "Ooh, don't shoot me."
That was a really good Hitler.
That was a very good fussy Hitler.
My only question is, how does a cowboy fit into this?
I thought it was like I thought it was like the Americans coming to save kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's okay. See, this movie's even better than you thought.
So he does the little really dancing thing because the 6-shooter is shooting at his feet, and all these children are just giggling. They're having a great time. Then the kids go out back to a couple of them got backstage passes to meet the puppets, especially the Hitler puppet. Oh, yeah. yeah, that it could get problematic, but luckily the kid that Toulon gloms onto here, Peppermint Peter, he is he's young enough that he's safe in here. So Toulon reaches in the boy's pocket with Hitler, and he's like, "Oh, you stole candy." And the kid's like, "No, I fucking didn't, you liar! I'll fucking kill you." Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, no, look, there's enough candy for everybody. Get the psycho out of here, everybody. Just get the kid out. Don't let him look at me anymore. Yeah, everybody has candy. We're all happy." Shitty, like Starlight mint candy, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It was Nazi Germany, dude. What happiness did they have?
Yeah,
you're telling me between the Germans, the Swiss, and the Austrians, we couldn't put together one chocolate? Fair. So, yeah, I wouldn't pay a penny for that shit. So, yeah, he gives it to this fucking kid, and the kid, yay, and he kind of runs off. Cut to Lieutenant Stein pops by to harass Toulon and try to get the secret of his puppets from him. He's like, "Hey,
I want some chocolates
like
too."
You got a great German then.
He was a really good Nazi. At least in that scene, he was a really good Nazi.
Yeah, fair.
Pretty soon he's going to be a pretty good Ditzy.
Yeah. So he keeps asking him.
Sorry,
he's like, your puppets move without strings. How are you doing? Is this a Pinocchio situation? What do we got going on here? And he's like, "Oh, I'll never tell you." All right, well, bye. So this.
Don't you just put strings on these motherfuckers just so this doesn't happen?
Yeah.
But then you lose your selling point, Tim.
no, I don't think kids are going to see this because the cowboy doesn't have any strings attached to
But
him. And
Tim,
Hitler
those
does.
kids are going to be talking. Yeah, they're going to spread word of mouth. Hey, if those kids are advertising for.
It's free fucking candy during the war, dude. They don't give a shit.
The
They're
kids
up.
are showing up, but you're paying them. I'm saying you got to get the parents back because the kids telling them, yeah, this puppet guy's got puppets, no fucking strings. The parents are like, yeah, bullshit. They come back. Oh, kids getting free. Parents got to pay. Toulon's running a scam is all I'm saying. So that's why he doesn't attach the strings. I thought about this a lot just in these last 4 seconds. So dude, the dude's outside and he's standing on a crate taking photos of Toulon with the puppets. And the note that I have here is, if you wanted proof that puppets were alive and moving on their own volition, taking a photo does not prove that.
Like 1940s still photos. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, there weren't many video cameras around back then, so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Please don't tell me you looked it up, Candice. Don't, and nobody look it up. Just don't.
It was the name of a David Dakota movie, right?
The Sand Boy. That makes sense. Maybe he's talking about like Adam Sandler. That's just his nickname for him, the Sand Boy. All right, Tom, you got anything?
Yep.
There you go, Candice. I think he speaks for all of us with the Sand Boy thing. But he also drops some knowledge about like, oh, you're the first one in line for your food when he's injecting them. And that's because that's the puppet that was his friend that starved to death.
But doesn't later on... Yeah, oh, yeah, I know. When we find out the backstories on these puppets, I'm like, wait. So where did the cowboy come from? But forget that. Why is he injecting these things? Because later on he says they live forever. Unless he doesn't inject them?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the idea. They got to get
so as soon as this guy dies, that's it. They die.
Well, I mean, couldn't you teach the dummies to inject each other?
I like that.
Or even better, why don't you make a dummy whose arms are just syringes? We got to get into the dummy designs here in a minute.
No, that's a good idea. That's like if you make a clockwork queen and somebody has to wind her clock up, just make another clockwork person who winds her clock up.
Yes.
There's a lot of them. We're also missing the one with the flamethrower in this one. There's so many.
You could just replace 6-shooters guns with syringes.
Ooh, that's true. And then it'd be like Freddy.
And that would look
he'd be like Freddy in Nightmare 3. Just killing the one junkie. He'd be about as useful as the fucking leech lady, if I'm going to be honest.
When you mentioned that, Eddie, I'm like, I just picked these motherfuckers up and I'm like, oh, what if they spit leeches out of you? I'm like, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I'll run around and get a slice of pizza, come back and throw out the fucking window.
Yeah. Notoriously deadly fucking leeches. Basically like the tick of the water. Yep, they're the ones that eat dead skin off of fat people's feet.
You mean rich people's feet? Yeah, rich people.
Mm-hmm. Wait a second. Hold on a second.
Probably because you weren't.
I don't want to see what happens after hours.
I'm checking out how much a Greyhound bus ticket is to get to St. Louis now. Because
I just like picturing Candice like putting her hands into every tank, thinking that it's a pet me tank.
Fucking shark just
like,
wings one of her
I'm not
thumbnails
to
off.
touch the shark.
Oh God. Yeah.
Was your son happy as a fanboy?
Okay. So
Yeah.
Toulon brings his wife a gift in bed of a puppet that he made of her, which I think is a good reason to divorce someone. That's fair. Yep, that is fair. So it looks scary. And then my question is, okay, he's fucking the doll, right?
If anything, I'm like, he should make her a doll of him because he's too old for her.
Yeah, stiff hardcock the doll. That makes sense.
That's what Pinhead's
Pin the
called.
puppet.
So it's like a pinhead. It's like a puppet that's the size of a puppet, but then the penis is giant, like Pinhead's hands.
Exactly.
His name is Dickhead. So
Poor Tom. Tom didn't know what he was
I'm
getting
sorry,
himself
Tom.
into.
So
Oh, I'm just enjoying the jokes and stuff.
so Stein rats out Toulon for being a dissident to the Nazis. Fucking real asshole, this guy Stein, by the way. And he tells
Real Nazi.
yeah, what a Nazi. So he tells Krauss about this whole living puppet theory, right? He says, hey, but Krauss is like, what the fuck? Wait, what are you talking about? This guy's got living puppets. It's like, look, either way, he had a puppet.
You show me
Yeah,
still
look, see, this
photography,
puppet's
yes.
moving. And he's like, yeah, it's a photo, idiot. Everything's moving in a photo or not moving in a photo. Dumbass. You know what he should have done, Tim? This would have made sense. He should have drawn some motion lines on the photo.
Turn on the blur effect.
He was running. You can see by the poof of smoke behind his foot. So there, he's like, all right, well, I mean, we have to bust Toulon anyway because he was making fun of Hitler with a puppet.
Yeah.
But that's not cool. So Hess flips on their handling of Toulon, and he's like, this is going to fuck with my, what did they call the project? Project Death something? It is reanimating the puppets from the dead. He's like, it's going to fuck up Project Dead Nazi Back Alive or something. They didn't have a lot of good names, the Nazis. Good designers, though. Really, really nice outfits. You could thank Hugo Boss for their outfits and Volkswagen.
I can't believe how hard this doctor scientist was for these fucking photographs of a puppet show.
It didn't make much sense.
Like, would you have even seen the strings? Would you have even seen the strings and photos in that fucking time?
That is a good point.
I don't know.
But people were a lot stupider back then, too, remember?
He's a doctor.
Fair. Like, I was watching one of those wrestling documentaries about a guy that died from too many concussions. And they're talking about, like, yeah, dude, we didn't even know it was a problem. It was, 1998.
So basically every
and I'm like, Jesus.
Okay.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's right. Back in 98, we thought, like, concussions were like a skin knee. It's like, whatever. Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, walk that shit off.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just don't fall asleep or you'll die. I remember when I got into...
Yes, that's right. Holy fucking shit, Eddie. Holy shit. That's right. When I was a kid, I remember the whole thing. If you ever got a concussion, don't go to sleep for 24 hours. Somebody had to keep you awake.
That was the big warning when in any sports team I ever fucking played in. It was always like, and if you get hit in the head too hard and you start feeling nauseous and tired, don't go to sleep.
Yeah, don't go to a doctor. Just don't go to sleep.
Yeah, but then I had the Gremlins rules thing. I'm like, don't go to sleep for how long after the concussion? Forever? Wait a minute.
Depends on what time zone you're in.
That's fair.
Plus, I have a concussion, so I can't tell when 12 hours is
That's
up.
a good point. Look, my brain has been damaged. You having me making decisions about bedtime already? Motherfucker. So... oh, man. So he calls up Mueller, who is getting bathed by 3 women.
God, this guy's fucking diaper grossed me out so hard.
Yes, what is the... Just give him some fucking bubbles, man. Why?
Just frame the shot.
Yeah.
No.
And it's
Yeah,
so
this
much
exact
worse.
opposite. Yeah.
It's so much worse because it is like an actively wet diaper. It's like got weight to it.
You think that's his kink?
Oh,
He's a Nazi baby.
Let me
that's right.
vomit
That's
some
why she's
leeches
wearing the
over here.
hat
That
and
makes
everything like
sense.
that.
Can I write a movie called Nazi Baby now?
You know something?
I wrote down that it was simultaneously one of the most pleasant and unpleasant scenes ever caught on direct to video.
Wait,
I really
wait,
resented
wait.
having to look
Why-
at that diaper.
Oh, a pleasant. Okay, I get the pleasant part now. Never mind. I
There were
could only
boobs,
see
Tom.
diaper. I could only see diaper.
Tom had diaper vision.
There were boobs. I'm not even like one of those like women smoking thing. But you know, when she lit up the cigar, I was like, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Trying to ignore the bald old man in the bathtub.
I mean, listen.
Focus on the lady
Say what
smoking.
you will about the Nazis. They knew how to party.
And their trains ran on time.
Yeah. So they call him up. He's like, "What, you fuckers? You're interrupting bath time." And they give him the shit. You know, hey, what's going on here? You know, this asshole's reanimating puppets and talking shit about Hitler. You know, the usual. So but
he goes over.
yeah, but Krause
Richard's head.
is going bonkers with it. So can we just keep this Toulon alive? I might need him. So they're like, yeah, okay, cool. So they raid Toulon's joint. And they go to take the formula. And as soon as they start taking the reanimator serum from him, his wife, Elsa, she just couldn't let it go, man. And she ends up getting shot. Just one through the chest. Just bam.
Who'd have thought Nazis were trigger happy?
Yeah.
Huh?
So she falls down. Toulon flips. He's like, "You motherfucker. What are you doing? You don't." And they're like, "No, you're coming with us, dude. You come with us. We'll get her a hospital. We'll get an ambulance out here. We'll take care of her. She'll be fine. No problems." They escort him out. Elsa spits in Krause's fucking face.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out for her because then he just fucking domes her with a Luger.
True.
Yeah. That's
Good
fair.
point.
So yeah, she's fucking dead. And I just have then they all load up into one.
Plus, she knows she's going to be reborn, right?
Do you think they?
What he says later on, right? You have to be a volunteer.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you do have to volunteer. Well, wait a minute. Okay, that throws in a big problem into the design for Blade then. So anyhow,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
So- anyhow, they get him in the car. They're driving him off, and then Pinhead. Now to describe the design of Pinhead is if you've ever seen Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show.
Oh my god! I thought you were going to say Beatles, just the movie, you
Or the
motherfucker.
movie, yeah, or the movie. So it's just this teeny little head on a giant doll frame. And then what they do that's very clever, because he's the only one who can manipulate objects, is, yeah, they just,
Well, he's got those
well,
big
they
ass
just,
fucking
yeah, they just have a
hands.
person hold his hands up in front of the puppet and do things with,
Swedish chef style.
yeah.
Come on, it's better than CGI.
That's better than
isn't it?
CGI. I will definitely give you that, Tim. So he just starts choking one of the fucking Nazis out in the car. And then Tunneler, which is just a dude with a drill on his head.
We don't get this guy's backstory. I want this
So
guy's
his
backstory.
backstory, Tim, was that he was a German that was not sympathetic to the cause that worked in the salt mines. And so that's
God.
because you know how in Nazi Germany they had
My
a lot of
God.
salt mines? What?
Oh no. Spelled it the wrong way.
He's like, no, I wanted to be Peppermint Pete. What the hell's going on here? I just wanted you reaching in my pocket for candy. By the way, R.I.P. to Bob Barker, who died maybe
Wow, nice
maybe a week
transition
ago.
there,
Well, yeah,
huh?
because he used to have women reach in his pocket for money on the show.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it was always the outer coat, though. It never got into the
was
pants,
also never,
though, did it? No, it's in my back
It was also
pocket.
never
No.
dudes. Oh God,
Oh,
Candice.
God.
Wait a minute. Are you saying it's weird because he wasn't family? Is that why it was weird? Yeah.
So now we know in Starfield, Candice is talking to every NPC male going, do you have candy?
That's why her nickname's Candy. Yes, it is. I love that I could change your nickname in the Discord, too. That's really cool. Yeah, it's fun. So, yeah, old Drill Bit Taylor fucking just rams through the back seat of the driver of the car, and then just bores through the guy. So then I have that they run into a tarp that was laid over a bunch of empty crates with the car, and this allows Toulon to run away out of the car. He grabs his 2 dolls and he escapes. So Krause he gets word that Toulon had escaped, goes over to inspect the pad. And I like he picks up the Hitler puppet and he's like, this is a mockery of the Fuhrer, and throws it on the ground and the head fucking breaks.
That shit gets you put in a fucking camp too, just doing that, right?
I think so.
Well, maybe. See, the puppet was made to mock Hitler, but that's...
Yeah, so,
You're
I mean, at that
destroying
point,
the-
everybody's got to be so fucking paranoid and everybody's turning on each other. Like
Okay, so I
fucking
guess it
assholes
would be
are
like
doing.
this, Tim. I have American flag shorts that I usually wear. If you were to burn those...
I'm going to burn them. If I see you, that's right, I'm going to
would
burn
that be
those
offensive?
motherfuckers. Yeah.
Or is it
Well, the
more
aftermath,
offensive
which
that I
would be more
usually freeball
offensive,
when
yeah.
I'm wearing those shorts?
Well,
Yeah,
they're short.
That's
So.
the point. You always freeball when you wear
Very
shorts
American.
because there's always the possibility you sit down and the ball slips out. That's the point, right?
Yeah, ask anybody if they lost some chewed gum.
The octopus. So
That was in the bathtub scene, right?
octopus, by the way, my favorite pastime. So that's a real thinker there for you, Tom. I'm classing it up.
I like that. You know what? I got that a lot faster than you would think I did.
Oh, it's you got the cock and it goes to the puss. I got it. Yeah.
Oh man. So but I like that.
How is that a David Dakota?
You got
movie?
me,
Come
Tim.
on.
So I like that they're like mad, so they're going to burn the joint down, but I guess they only brought enough gas to burn the puppet stage. I'm not really sure what the move is here, but whatever. So Toulon returns.
Yeah, because they come back to the scene later
Well,
on, right?
He returns to the scene immediately in the next scene when he comes to pick up Jester and Six Shooter, who are just chilling, back at the place. Then when they realize that the wife has been killed, we have like a sad puppet montage where, because Jester's got the 3-piece face that he can spin around and change his expression, which is a cool design.
I like that.
I used
That's
to
cool,
have a Jester action figure.
that could do
Mhm.
that.
No. It was a puppet.
There's no such thing as a Jester. No, it's just a doll. It's
Okay,
no
it
Jester
was a
action
doll.
figure.
And you
No
could
Star Wars,
manually
come on.
rotate his face around, but it wouldn't spin automatically like that, Tim. I think that's magic that you need for that. So, but yeah, we have just sad puppet face montage over the dead wife. Then, hold on here. So then we cut back to the Nazis studying his formula, right? And he just like takes a look at it under a microscope. He's like, "Oh my God, Toulon's a genius." I'm like, "What the fuck did he see?" You're not going to explain why. You're not going to.
We don't need to. Wait, you want a fucking science break in the middle of this fucking movie
No,
right now?
I'd rather have a flashback to Egypt in 1919.
Yo, I love this movie. I've never seen a movie that waited this long to do a fucking flashback to what happened in the other movies.
I was so stoned during the whole movie that I didn't realize that this wasn't a flashback at the beginning of the movie until about halfway through the movie.
Wow.
I didn't realize it was a period piece.
Wow,
That's
10
impressive.
milligrams too. Damn.
So,
hey, I'm a lightweight.
So Toulon then he's like, all right, well, it's time to get revenge, right? He goes into his leech closet. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He did actually say, all your base now belongs to us.
Yeah, that line I picked up on, the revenge yourself one. And yeah, great Zero Wing reference, by the way. So yeah, he's like, I don't get why he's got the leeches, but whatever. Like he needs them, I guess.
Health reasons.
That's what puppeteers keep, Eddie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I have written down. Where did he get the whore puppet?
Yeah, because he's manufacturing. Because he has to go. First of all, he's got to sneak into the horny mortician's office to steal like his wife's body. I guess. I don't know.
No, he needs the life essence. So I think that's where the leeches come in. I think the leeches also are a vehicle to get the life essence.
Gotcha. So you think, is that what Hillary Clinton's been doing with those kids under the pizza parlor? Is getting their life essence?
She's just making focaccia bread down there.
Okay, that makes sense. Doing a little spirit cooking.
I'm getting Carmine's this week for my birthday, so I'm going to order some focaccia bread.
Anyway, anyhow,
it was a fetch.
Yeah. Look, some of us have fathers that were bakers, Candice. Okay, not me, but some of us do. Yeah, horny mortician though. That's a rough one. So Pinhead jimmies the window open for Toulon, I guess, which is fun. Then him and Jester pop in, choke out the mortician, and let Toulon in. And he starts, like you said, he extracts his wife's life essence, which if she's dead, she shouldn't have anyway, but whatever. Doctor pops in, tries to call the cops on him. But Jester jumps down. He's got a scalpel. And Tim, I know you love the Achilles tendon stuff, so this had to be your movie.
I always hate foot shit.
Because literally the only way any of these puppets can kill anybody is somebody's got to get their foot. Yeah. And that's usually Drill Guy or Blade, but Blade hasn't been made yet, so we're going to let Jester handle this one. Sure.
Wow, Candice.
I mean, it was...
waste of ink.
It was up there with the focaccia line. So, was the focaccia line? Was that also a red letter joke for you, Candice? No.
I live in Ohio. I don't know.
Ohio.
I mean Missouri. Sorry.
So then he extracts the life essence from the wife, and then they get the fuck out of there. And this is when we cut to Toulon injecting the wife doll with the green shit. So I guess the thing is that this is like a child's play situation where you can just put your soul in the doll. Yeah. So the doll starts tweaking out on the ground, and he's all...
Which was actually unsettling.
Oh, yeah.
Just being a doll, like, writhing.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, but you can still revenge yourself. And then he puts the leech in the doll.
And then she changes.
Yeah, she turns, like, purplish looking first. And then...
Well, that's what happens when people put leeches in my mouth.
Gotcha. You think this was a subtle dig at his wife? Like, yeah, you've been sucking the life out of me for fucking the last 20 years.
Wow.
Did you not see the moment when
Oh,
they kissed
shit.
each other all over
Damn.
the sheets?
Yeah, that's right. Beautiful fucking wife from Superman 1 and 2 who's like 20 years younger than I could ever hope for. Yeah, you've been sucking the life out of me. You
Or
can
maybe
hope.
she wouldn't give him head. And so he's like, yeah, you're going to be sucking something, all right. And he gives her the leech power.
Oh, that's right. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so be careful, Candice, if Mr. Candice ever gets into doll making.
One day you just open up his room, there's 200 dolls in there.
Oh,
Oh, God.
that's a
Yeah,
good
I think
idea.
whenever
I
your
should get
husband
into
becomes doll
whittling
making,
so I can do that with my wife. Yeah, you know whittling?
Whittling. Yeah,
the-
wow. Yeah, I know what it is.
It's
Yeah,
like
I'm old enough.
scrimshaw, but with wood instead of bone. So, yeah, so bone or ivory.
you had to whittle all in
It
food.
is, yeah, and no, it's whale's teeth, isn't it?
The original
It's scrimshaw.
scrimshaw was whale's teeth, yeah, but you can't really.
Yeah, I had my aunt was married to some dude who did that, and I was thinking, like, so wait, how are they getting these fucking
Whale
teeth?
dentist.
Waiting for them to fall out?
The
What?
whales put them under their whale pillow and wait for the whale tooth fairy.
Ah.
Damn. I mean, it's right there, buddy. So, oh man.
Those fucking dolphins.
So Krause and Steen, they roll up, and Krause heads into the lab, I guess. While Jester and Pinhead, they get the drop on Steen, and then Leech Lady just drops leeches from the ceiling onto him.
They're special. They're extra leeches, so they can, like, whatever a leech can do in like 3 days, this thing can do in like 2 seconds.
It's like an arachnophobia thing.
Okay. So they're really venomous
go, yeah.
leeches, then I guess.
Look at that. Somebody maybe listened to the podcast. Nice.
Yeah. So I guess maybe they bred with American leech. You think six shooter was fucking them? Because in arachnophobia, the spider is bred with American spiders, and that's what made them so deadly. So maybe
Right.
old 6-shooter was fucking the leeches.
Oh, that's guaranteed to knock them up. Yeah.
Then Krause and all of them, they discover that Toulon's been back and he made more of his green juice. So they're like, all right, now we have to intensify the search because this fucker, we know he's in the area, right? So we're going to get more Nazis to look for him. And then I just have, like, for some reason, Krause gets pissed and starts shooting the leech jars.
I have written down, this is how the Flash was
Shooting-
made, right? Blowing up all those fucking
Shooting
chemicals.
leech jars? No, that's how he should be Leech Man. He should get a leech power. If he has, like, an accident where the green fluid and the leeches fly on him and he can, like, shoot leeches out of his fingers or something. Is that a leech dick? I don't know. I don't know what leech power.
Yeah.
No, I think this is probably the most violent use of leeches in cinema since Stand By Me.
Oh, God. Come on. I read that story. Come on, it's even worse.
You know, I have a note. It doesn't matter how cool of an idea that leeches coming out of the mouth of a puppet sounds in premise, it will never not look like the doll is shitting a turd out of its mouth.
But you know what? It looks good.
It looks good, but it also looks like turds.
Yep.
It just looks like turds.
Yeah, either way, I'm gagging at the sight.
Yeah, it's like that episode of South Park.
Hey, look, it's no
where,
tub girl.
Cartman was shoving food up his ass so he could poop out of his mouth.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the reverse diet.
So Krause and... Yeah.
Happy as a sandboy.
I'm thinking about it in a completely different way, Candice.
Toulon sneaks around. He pretends to be a blind man.
Very well
Oh my
done.
God. I have written down. All right. I was like, I wasn't high when I was watching this movie. I mean, maybe
100 milligrams isn't enough,
high.
Tim?
Oh, yeah? Well, no, it didn't kick in yet.
Okay.
I had to rewind this because I'm like, wait, is he standing there as a fucking blind man in front of a fucking building where there's a bunch of fucking Nazis looking for this guy? And only thing that the Nazis don't recognize it because he had.
See, I had
wait a minute. Toulon's not
The
blind.
Superman.
Yeah.
He's doing the Uberman. Yeah.
See, I had to rewind it because I was like, who the fuck is this blind guy? Where's Toulon? What's happening? No, so he sneaks off and finds an abandoned building. And he's like, this is good enough to do my lab work in, and sets up shop. So then we just have Krauss and the doctor meeting with Mueller again. And he is not pleased with their zombie program because they can inject it, and when they inject it into the body of the soldier.
Oh my god, this is such a great fucking scene.
Is that when he's having sex first?
Was that?
Is that when he's having sex and they interrupt him? Or do I have my notes mixed up?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
There's another boob scene.
This is before, because he's leaving to go to the whorehouse after this.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. He has an important high-level meeting.
Yes. Yeah, they interrupt him. He gets pissed off.
At the Thespian Society.
Because the soldier that they're testing it on, they inject it. He's like, check it out. It works, see? And then the soldier just sticks his gun in his mouth where you see where he blew his fucking brains out before, and he pulls the trigger a bunch.
I love that so much. Yeah. It reminds me of the
really
original.
Looks fucking Tom Savini level good.
Well, it reminds me of Dawn of the Dead, where it's like the zombies just remember what they did in life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like, he's just gonna shoot himself over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna bring up. It was this point where I'm like, oh shit. Okay, we're setting up a fucking cool zombie army versus puppet army fight scene at the end. And it's going to look fucking phenomenal because this zombie makeup is so good now.
All right. Yeah.
If they had more
all right. Yeah. I was going to say.
Yeah. You have to wait for Puppet Master 23.
I was going to say that sounds great. How can we do that scene for $5?
How did we get Blumhouse to pick this up?
It's okay. Hold on, everybody. Everybody give Candice 5 seconds.
Look at this. Let me hold on. Let me just bask in this for a second.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Candice.
Okay.
I'm a fan of any Nazi zombie movie. Yeah.
I love it because you get to kill Nazis multiple times, not just once, but twice.
Exactly.
I've seen a few I like. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Candice, please tell me the Reds are supposed to be the communist. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, those are so fun, dude. I'm gonna queue one of those up tonight. That sounds like a good watch for me.
I bet
I'm sure it is. Because I don't have to watch.
See, that's why I had to bask in Candice's fucking.
Because I don't have to watch Dead Man on Campus tonight, so I can watch something else.
Oh,
yeah, that reminds me.
You're not watching that at all. I'm wondering how long it's going to take Matt to figure out you're not watching that movie. You haven't even watched that movie once.
For the listeners, I've got a second podcast, Ed and Matt on Campus, where me and Matt Anderson are watching Dead Man on Campus once a week for a college year, and doing a podcast once a week to cover the journey. So.
Mm-hmm. I bet Eddie's going to kill somebody. Hold on. I'm sorry to step on you, Candice. Eddie's going to kill somebody so they don't have to finish this podcast.
No, we're going to watch it together one of these weeks. Yeah.
Have you gone through the 6 stages of grief watching the movie over and over again? Like you've had anger and bargaining and... Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're like, well, I guess I'm watching this every week.
No, it's starting out really, really philosophical, actually, I would say. We'll see where it goes from here, though. So, yeah, Mueller goes up to this whorehouse, and he's just fucking this chick. while Pinhead watches and beats off with his big meaty hand. No, so what happens is they follow his ass, and then Six Shooter, and this is a really good use for Six Shooter's other, his 6-arm thing he's got going on, is he Spider-Man's up the building.
It looks so
really
good.
cool.
Looks fantastic, and then just shoots the shit out of Mueller. Just fires one off, misses. Mueller pulls out his Luger, shoots him, bam, blows one of Six Shooter's arms on. Now he's 5-shooter. Yeah. It's okay. We hit it at the same time, Candice. We just got a high five over the internet, I suppose. And then Six Shooter shoots him. So, real quick question here. Just the physics of a puppet that's maybe a foot tall shooting 6 guns at once that have the capacity to kill a full-sized human, and he's not flying back.
But they're baby bullets, so the baby kickback is enough for Six Shooter to handle.
But then the baby bullets shouldn't be big enough to kill the guy.
No, not at all. It's like, I have a little tiny flesh wound. It's like a truck, had a piece of gravel shoot into me or something.
To be fair, though, go ahead.
The book, no. The movie, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a moderate annoyance.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to take a piss. Did we get to the point where I go, my red ink joke was, now he's called 5-shooter? I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, no, we didn't cover that one, Tim. That's pretty good. See, this is why I have to have a second podcast. I need somebody who doesn't make the same joke as me in every fucking time. But to be fair, though, he doesn't die from getting shot. He dies from falling out of the fucking 17th floor of this whorehouse. And just bam onto I mean,
oh, come on. Yeah.
There's 16 floors, but they're all going down in this whorehouse. See, I'm a marketing guy. I should write copy. I'm so good at it. So
brothel copy.
So, oh man, the boy with the candy, him and his dad show up at the same abandoned
this
fucking building.
Kid. Dumb rabbit. That's what I wrote down.
Frank, really?
Okay, which one is better, Candice's or
they're
mine?
both
With Dumb
terrible.
Rabbit?
I'll give you Dumb Rabbit. That works. But yeah, I think I might have to go with Dan Frank.
I like Dan Frank better.
No, this kid doesn't know how to fucking hide.
No,
what are you
of course
talking
not.
about?
This kid's fucking terrible. Because the fucking kid just goes over, starts talking to Toulon at his shop. He's like, oh, hey, remember he's like, yeah, you're the kid that stole the candy. And he's like, I didn't fucking steal the candy, you son of a bitch. And he's like, whoa, calm down, kid. It was a joke, okay? It's fine. Take it easy. God, man, I thought the Nazis were bad.
It's only penny candy.
Oh, yeah, this kid. Are you kidding me? This kid beats like horses with fucking sticks. This kid's a real menace.
I thought his punishment was having to wear that fucking hat.
It's kind of crazy.
Candice, that goes beyond Newsies.
Yeah, that's more like an old Z's hat. So,
Toulon's like really an interesting character, right? Like, it was about this time that I was realizing, like, he just has this severely pure heart, and he only jibes with people that are completely 100% sincere.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's a fucking psychopath otherwise. He's like, oh.
This is such a good movie compared to what it should be called fucking Puppet Master 3.
It's about where it should be, I would say. Oh, man. So, yeah, Candy Boy, he becomes Toulon's assistant, and Toulon's telling him, like, 6-shooter here lost one of his arms, so we gotta. It's like, I wish I had my stuff that I could, rebuild him.
So, can I ask a question? Is that puppet feeling pain? Does he have phantom pain where he
No.
thinks he has 6
No.
arms and the 6 arm hurts?
Because all he does is laugh.
He has a painted.
That's right. All he can do is laugh because he's an American who can't express.
He has a
his feelings.
painted on mouth and he must scream. So, you're welcome, Tim. So, Candy Boy, he's like, well, hell, I'll break into your lab and steal stuff from it. I know how. I've never stole anything. He's like, fuck it, man. I'll break into your pad and I'll go get the tools. We can fix up 6-shooter. It'll be great. And Toulon,
is there any candy
well, there won't be when I'm done, you motherfucker. So,
Is this when he's eating a sandwich and he's drinking milk and all I could think about was like, why did kids always drink milk with a fucking sandwich? I can't.
We're getting
you know
to
what, Tom, for real, soulmate, because I have written down what the fuck is okay to drink with milk, and a sandwich of whatever kind of sandwich you're eating, you can never drink milk.
Tim,
with
I
it.
got
What the
a
fuck?
exception for you.
Go ahead. What kind of sandwich is it okay to drink?
Well, first,
with
you
milk?
don't drink a sandwich.
Nazi,
No,
World
no.
War II,
First-
world is cut off. You got to make Fanta instead
It's
of
just
Coca-Cola milk.
sauerkraut and mustard. Like that doesn't
Tim,
go with
firstly,
milk.
you don't drink a sandwich. You eat it. Secondly, peanut butter jelly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
With
Yeah.
milk?
That's
yeah,
true.
100%. All right, so
When I was a
haven't-
child, but yeah.
Have you ever, remember the Got Milk commercial where the guy was eating a giant peanut butter
I've
sandwich?
never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in my
Oh
entire
my God.
life. I've only had
Damn
jelly
it, Tim.
sandwiches. Yep. I swear to God, I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking like, let me just say
What
something
the
to blow
fuck?
everybody's mind. I've never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Why?
But when I was a kid, my favorite thing was not peanut butter. I'm sorry. Jelly sandwiches with potato chips in them.
Oh my god!
What?
Try that shit.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
try
I just
that
wanna
shit.
really quickly-
Yeah. A jelly sandwich with like 2 potato chips on top of it, put the
Really-
bread on, and enjoy that
Really
delicious
quickly,
crunch.
just for the listeners, the man who eats jelly and potato chip sandwiches was critical of people.
I don't
Was
eat them
critical of
still.
people having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with milk, something that like every human being has done.
Look, I was a kid in Catholic school. This is a kid in Nazi Germany, so I think it equates.
You know, I am a really uptight parent. I have an 8-year-old son, and we don't do sodas a whole lot, and so he drinks milk with the most disgusting meals for milk because he just doesn't want.
Oh, gross.
Oh no!
yuck.
No. The other thing I think is grilled cheese with tomato soup and
You
milk.
should have forced your daughter to put both of those in her mouth at the same time. Like have it actually curdle the soup.
That's
In the process.
disgusting.
Leave her at the aquarium, Candice.
Yeah. You need to fling her in there with those fucking surgeon fish or whatever. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what happens if you just like jump in there naked?
I have an idea.
Right now, I'm looking for airline tickets to Missouri.
Okay, well, all right. Too much information. Anecdote here, but I was house sitting a kitten that lost its mom too early, and I go to sleep without a shirt on, and I woke up to my nipple being sucked by a kitten. So, yeah, someone used the soundboard too.
Now do that in black and white, Tom.
Yeah, Tom, I got a page 16 for you, buddy.
Yeah, surgeon fish are just gonna find something to suck on, no matter what.
Wow. So anyway, back to the movie. JM, I think you're going to get put on a list. So I might.
Oh, I've been there, buddy.
Okay.
I've been on the list.
Although all the cat boys on Twitter might like you now, so that you got that going for you.
There you go.
They just start.
I'm a bear with a cat boy audience.
Man, that's you know what? I'll take it as long as they buy the comic.
Yeah,
Right?
Totally.
Yeah.
I did talk to one podcaster at one point about doing all my interviews with my shirt off just so I could maintain that bear lover audience and get them to buy books.
We've been trying to convince Candice to put her shirt on so we could get more of an audience. Oh man. So yeah, then I just have the Krauss and Hess investigate Mueller getting shot. And they I love this scene so much. So he's got this tweezers, right? Like needle nose tweezers, and he's picking the teensiest bullet out of the window or out of the wall. And he's like, this is it's like a bullet for ants. What the hell is this?
Yeah, it's the smallest
bullet
bullet
that's
I've
fucking
ever seen.
weird.
How the hell can this kill a human being?
They turn around and then oh shit, I missed the arm holding a gun that's laying on the ground.
DSI, this is not.
Well, come on. Who's expecting to look for that? This is what must have been what killed the fucking.
Yeah, you're right, Tim.
Colonel.
Looking for microscopic bullets makes a lot more sense.
I mean, they literally kidnapped a puppet master
knows.
to reanimate the dead. So, they can make some jumps of logic in this situation.
Yeah, that's fair. I do like, though, that he pointed out, he's like, nah, Mueller, because they're like, there's no blood, because Mueller shot and there's no blood. And the guy's like, well, maybe he missed. He's like, no, Mueller never misses. So I'm like, that prostitute's pregnant.
Oh.
One shot. One shot.
One shot, one kill. Oh man! So then I just have that we're cutting back to Toulon working on Blade's head, and Candy Boy shows up for Blade. Oh yeah.
All right, hold on. For real, because I saw the first one. I barely remembered it. Then I saw this. But I was like, you know what? That's the fucking puppet that I know. I was like, they waited 3 before they fucking introduced this guy? And that's who it's based on?
Yep, it's based on the head Nazi, Krauss.
You think that guy, you think Richard Lynch got any money off of that?
Right.
The Littlest what?
The reboot. Yeah, it's the reboot.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Who?
No, we know who Blade is. It's answered in this movie. Right. So, Candice, just for the listeners.
Well, that's going to be the next movie when bad puppets
Oh,
go
yeah,
good.
part 4, which I'm almost certain is not subtitled When Bad Puppets Go Good.
That is, yeah. No, it's not.
Oh,
whatever.
On. Why not?
Yeah.
You know what? If I'm screenwriting, I'm making that fucking
but
joke.
But Candice, so you really like the design and the look of Blade. What does he look like? How would you describe him?
Oh, I know. Oh, Eddie, I know exactly what you're going to say. Go ahead. Yep. Come on, Candice.
What does Blade look like?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe like a duster?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Michael Jackson post-surgery.
Would you say he's wearing
No, because my wife was watching this. She goes, "Oh, that's your stupid coat." I know. I had a duster.
You're goddamn right, Candice.
No, dusters are cool, Candice. Come on. One day they're going to come back.
No, you're wrong. No, sorry,
No,
Candice.
that's right. Look, I got married and my wife met me when I was wearing a
Candice,
duster.
you literally said.
So she's all in.
Said you wanted to have sex with the doll Blade because he liked his coat. You literally said that.
Literally, you said
literally
that.
Said that. It doesn't matter when it's.
No, it's just those wings.
Doesn't matter when
That's
it's on the doll you're in love with, does it, Candice?
So, Bloody Bits callback. If Blade takes off the trench coat, does he become the Flasher puppet?
Good question.
Yeah. Is he packing?
But,
He probably has those blades that are in his eyes also down there.
yeah, that is the curse of being Blade.
There
He
you
doesn't
go,
have hands, so he couldn't masturbate, so you might as well not give him a penis.
Like Edward Scissorhands.
No, it's just a sharpening stone.
Oh, yeah.
Are you saying Edward Scissorhands has scissors
Yep,
between his
yep.
legs?
I think so. I think that's why he can't marry Winona Ryder. Because they can't consummate.
Wait, you gonna tell me why Winona Ryder doesn't want a scissor?
I walked into that one.
Stranger things indeed.
Well,
So while this is all going on, Peppermint Pete's fucking dad found a reward poster for Toulon. Yeah. So he's like, say, wait a minute, and starts scratching his chin. He's like, I bet I could get $10,000. So now Hess takes.
and he also wants to save his wife, who's been arrested.
The dad's.
Oh yeah, because
giant
later on, he doesn't
fucking
want the
rat.
money. He wants he's stupid enough to think that that's going to be a deal that's going to be
Yeah.
I mean, if you knew anything about the Nazis, it's that you could bargain with them and get what you want.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, look, again, this movie got me. So I'm like, you know what? At that time, in hindsight, we know that sitting
Right,
here right
yeah,
now
yeah.
doing a podcast, right? But
mhm.
still, in that situation, you're desperate. What the fuck are you going to do? You're caught. You're sitting there in the fucking Nazi guy's
Right.
office,
Tim, he's
right?
a fucking rat. He's a rat. He's the worst character in the entire movie.
I don't know. Peter's kind of stupid
But
too.
yeah.
he narked, but he narked with the right person. Like the doctor just genuinely wanted to like work with Toulon in another world, right?
Right.
But the dad just fucking sold them out.
Yeah, because Pete was stupid. He did so Pete gets busted in Toulon's office by Hess, the doctor. And Hess is like, listen, can you tell me where Toulon is? I'm not going to fucking kill him. I know I'm working with the Nazis, but my first love before Nazism was science. So I want to go back to the whole science thing. And I really...
Wow, imagine that. Science before party.
Yep. He's like, so listen, man, I just want to go, meet him. And the fucking, this shit kid, by the way, eating a shitty sandwich and drinking milk like a fucking moron. This stupid kid, he's like, well, I can't tell you where he's at exactly. Then he
But
fucking
I'll point to it.
yeah, he walks him there instead, which takes more effort and is more exact than saying, like, I don't know, you go 3 blocks that way, take a ride at Toulon's fucking burnt stage.
Take a rake.
Take a rake. Yeah. You know the giant whorehouse? Just walk past that and go to Candice's work.
Don't ask for
Yeah,
fancy.
don't ask for fancy. Hey, Tim, you ever hear the Sandpaper Sally joke?
No.
Oh, okay. It's a good one. You should look it up. I'm not. You want me to tell it? Okay. I'll tell it.
No, I'm going to look it up.
So guy
don't
guy
tell me.
goes
I'm
to
gonna
a
look it up.
whorehouse, right? And he has he says, I want to have sex, is Fancy here? And then they go, no, Fancy's not here. So he's like, she was my first pick though, so I'll come back later. So he comes back later. And he's all right, it's Fancy here. And then they go, no, Fancy's busy. So you have to come back. He's like, fine, I'll come back. And the third time he comes back, he says, all right, it's Fancy here. And they're like, no, she's still not here. She's at the aquarium with her kid. At the with the fish eating the stuff off of her.
I knew it.
No.
I
So
knew
then he's like, God damn it. He's like, but I want to, have sex. I have a husband's bulge, if you know what I mean. And so then they say, well, we got Sandpaper Sally that you could have sex with. And then he's like, that sounds good. So he goes up there and they're like, it's half price too. And he's like, whatever. So he runs up there. And he starts engaging in coitus with her, but then he notices that on his penis it feels rough. So he tells her this. Yeah, he's like, hey, how usually it doesn't feel like rough when you have sex? And she's like, I don't know, I don't have a penis. So he's like, well, it does. So you feel like rough down there. So she's, hold on a second. So he goes to the bathroom. She comes back. She's like, all right, hop back on, buddy. And so he hops back on. He's having sex with her again. He's like, this is brilliant. Well, what'd you do? And she goes, it's no problem. I just scraped all the scabs out of there. So it's a little bit of...
Oh my God, I remember that fucking joke from when I bought a book in Times Square, Barnes & Noble, called Truly Tasteless Jokes Volume 2. Holy
That's a good one,
fuck.
Huh? Yeah,
Holy fuck. Yep, the scare. Oh, God. Wow. No, Candice, hold on. Stop that sentence right now after that joke that Eddie just told.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one. You can tell her that one. So yeah, he sells him out for a fucking sandwich, drags him back. The dude Hess back there. Him and Hess just go marching in, and then walk right up to Toulon, and he gives Toulon the speech. He's like, "Listen, man, I'm a scientist like you. We did research on you, man. You used to teach medicine in Paris. How come you gave it up or whatever?" And he's like, well, I couldn't, an accident happened. I couldn't stand the sight of blood anymore, which is terrible because now I make killer dolls that rip people apart. Yeah.
Yeah, no big deal.
I don't think it was on
accident.
purpose. World War I.
Thank I didn't say
Because,
yeah.
what was it? Ferdinand, the Archduke Ferdinand, he was assassinated. That started it. Yeah, I suppose. So he's like, all right, fine. Well, we'll talk. He's like, I've been reanimating corpses, but it doesn't work. You know, what's going on here? So he says, but the thing is that they didn't.
Yeah, you only get to live for 10 or 15 fucking seconds. You're bringing back people
And
from
he
the
tells
fucking
him, he's
dead.
like, well, I'll tell you why, buddy. It's because they don't want to be brought back from the dead. They got to really want it. So he's like, well, shit, I didn't think of that. I guess, okay. He's like, all these puppets are my friends because in life, they were all my friends.
It's all about consent.
But did his wife consent to being leech lady?
For revenge?
Good question, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whose human spirit goes, I want to vomit leeches all the time.
Finally something's coming out of her mouth.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. So, Tim, if you died and I made you into a puppet.
Turn to your right.
Oh,
Eddie.
Little Timmy, yeah.
There you go.
That's a good point.
There you go. It's already
Candice is going to be one of those surgeon fish puppets.
That's what you get for being a Jehovah's Witness. You're wrong. You picked the wrong one.
No. Well, what about you, Candice? What kind of puppet would you be? Oh, that's a good point. You're already a puppet.
So you'd be a puppet. Yeah.
That's a good.
Okay.
That's a good point, Candice. So what's the person you're based on like? Because you're the puppet.
She's based on her.
What about you, JM? What kind of puppet would you be, buddy?
I think I'd be the complainer. I would kill people by being negative
to death.
Yeah, negative and sarcastic.
That works. That works.
Done.
What about you, Tom? You got to have one picked out, buddy, and it can't be a Nazi because you did that voice already. Although you're good at it. So.
God damn it.
Who's going to be the Hitler puppet?
Wow.
Right?
I was going to be Peter stealing candies, but you killed my joke. So... Yeah, I was just going to steal the candies. I'd be the candy puppet.
You'd be the Candyman Tom. I like it.
Too sweet to eat, so I'll steal the candy instead.
That just reminds me of Augustus Gloop, and now I want a Willy Wonka Puppet Master crossover.
Oh, so maybe so the Tom puppet goes around.
Is that why they delayed the Willy Wonka movie?
Yeah, me and Chalamet had some words.
So the Tom German accent isn't good enough.
The Tom puppet's like stealing candy and planting it on kids to get them locked up. Candy, yeah.
Tom is pretty sweet. Sorry.
And I put the razor blades in the candy.
Ooh, that's a classic. Yeah. Can't do that with those mints, though. Maybe that's why they don't hand out the chocolates.
I think I just like the idea of me wearing lederhosen as a puppet.
Yeah, I like that. You should just wear lederhosen anyways.
Yeah, Tom.
That's fair.
Yeah, you're a puppet, man. You got to pass. You can dress up whatever the fuck you
Oh,
want.
then you just look like...
Nobody got mad at that puppet for being
That's
Hitler,
fair.
right?
Well, no, the Nazi got mad at him for being Hitler and broke him. So, Tom, would you look like Popo the puppet from Beer Fest?
I'm not familiar.
Okay.
I was thinking like Sven from Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Oh.
The only thing I remember about Beer Fest was the boot-shaped steins that they drink out of.
Yeah, so the recipe for the beer was hidden in their dead granddad's puppet. And they found it when the guy that played Farva in Super Troopers was humping the puppet, and he dropped it, and it broke. That's a great movie, man. We should cover that one of these days. So...
I watched Beer Fest with my coworkers, and it was the only time I went out with coworkers from this one job, on a social visit. It was so awkward after. It was like,
because you saw that movie.
Kind of. I think it ruined it. I think we all could have been good friends until we saw Beer Fest together.
I love that, man. Just like, let's all try doing a social function. Maybe some, sparks will fly of friendship or whatever. And then you just go see like Evan Almighty, the sequel with Steve Carell. And it's just like, never mind. You know what? Let's not talk to each other anymore.
What?
So you went and saw Schindler's List, right?
What was the movie that you picked just to fucking mess around in the back?
Passion of the Christ.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! What the fuck? That's like Schindler's List and Seinfeld.
The fucking
Come
most
on.
depressing movie ever. You guys were just crying the entire time watching these beautiful painted landscapes.
You were watching that documentary about the in Japan where they're killing all the dolphins. What was that one?
We went and saw Men Behind the
Sun. The Cove. That was it.
Yeah. Poor Candice. She thought she bought tickets for What Creams May Come,
which is a David Dakota movie, right?
Yeah, that is a David Decatto movie. That's true. Oh man. So the Nazis are waiting outside now because dumbass fucking dad sells Toulon out. They march in there like how Nazis march.
Yeah, because he makes a deal with I don't want the money. I just want my wife and my son to go free. So he's not even throwing himself in the fucking deal, okay? So he's like over sweetening it. He has no bargaining chips after this
nothing.
point, right? And then Richard Lynch is like, we'll talk about that later. Just show me where he is now. Like, you stupid fucking idiot.
Can we take a break? Sorry to talk about Richard Lynch's makeup, because I was so weirded out by the makeup on him that I was afraid to look up him, because I was afraid that I would find out that he was burned in a fire or something.
Yeah,
and that's why he looked so weird.
He wasn't he? Didn't he set himself on fire at some point when he was fucking super high?
Oh, that's Richard Pryor.
That's from a Grind Band episode.
Tim, that's Richard Pryor.
Oh. No. Hold on. You're correct, but I think also Richard Lynch, he set himself on fire by doing something like a fucking
acid or something. I need to pause for just one
Candice,
second.
Look it
because
up.
JM, you might have just pulled off the greatest in-joke in Bloody Bits history.
You're welcome.
Oh, wait a second.
Tim,
I missed it.
you confused this man for Richard Pryor. who do we know on the podcast that often confuses Richard Pryor?
Oh shit! It's got Candice. Yeah. No. Hold on. Look, I don't care how high. I don't care how many edibles I eat. No matter what milligrams. I don't care how many cans of Stella I'm drinking. But I always am right with this weird, obscure shit. Look it up. Richard Lynch, not Richard Pryor. He did something. He was doing some kind of psychedelic drugs, and he set himself on fire. Because when we watch that other fucking Nightmare movie, the Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff, where he was a fucking cult leader, he already had the fucking burns on his face.
I'm looking it up. Wikipedia. There definitely is. He set himself on fire under the influence of drugs in Central Park, 1967.
Mm-hmm.
Burning more than
Dude, New York fucking rules.
Oh my god. Okay.
New York won the fucking spill wars too.
I'm so glad that I didn't look it up. I was just like, this makeup is not working for me. This guy looks super fucked up, and it's bumming me out.
Oh, I know, man. When I was
oh my god, see, I'm watching this JM. I'm thinking, wow, I can't believe the makeup that they did on him. They're covering up all his fucking burn marks except for his neck.
Yeah, it took me out of it. I was like, what happened to this Nazi? Did he light himself on fire in New York while he was on LSD experiments?
And it turns out,
he kind of looked away during Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
He got like a little dose of the Ark of the Covenant, and he's like,
Yep. Or the Ark.
Yeah, he just saw the tip.
Just the tip. He was playing just the tip with the Ark of the Covenant. So
he just saw thou.
Whoops.
He got just a little bit of the toxic waste from RoboCop splashed on him. Just a smidge, you know. So yeah, Fat Boy's dad, fucking Peter's dad, and Krauss show up. And Dad's like, "Hey, it's all good. I'm here alone, Peter. Why don't you step away from where might be shot at? I mean, away from Toulon, real quick, and come over to me."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just come on, play it simple. Just come here.
No.
Guess what? I got some milk and a fucking liverwurst sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
That's
Mix
a bad
those two fuckers. Let's see what happens.
I'm a guy who I'll eat a liverwurst sandwich, no problem. But with milk, no. I'm good, buddy.
God, this before. Let's not go.
Let's not bring back up old shit on the podcast.
Fucking pulling paper off your meat.
The guy who won't eat peanut butter and jelly, folks. So
no, I didn't say I wouldn't. I just say I haven't.
How have you just not? I don't. You
Can
don't
I
have
fly to New York and make you,
it's just two things. I guess when I was a kid, all right, let's say I wasn't exactly poor, but I wasn't exactly rich enough to have both of them in the house
you
at the
didn't
same
have
time.
peanut butter money?
Yeah.
No, I didn't have peanut butter and jelly money. It was one or the other.
We don't have peanut butter money.
But you had enough money for potato chips to smash in there.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, come on. You can buy that like 10 cents for a bag of Wise potato chips, and that lasts you like 8 jelly
bags
sandwiches.
are full of air, Tim. Like, that's a misnomer. Like, you're getting so much less food for your buck.
Yeah. If you're paying per ounce, Tim.
No, hold on. We're talking about the 70s and the 80s, and then figure that shit out to fill that bag up.
That's true. You did get a full bag of chips, Tim.
Used to get burned potato chips all the goddamn time.
I just imagine a universe where Tim's mom just ran weird experiments on him. She just never would buy peanut butter and jelly.
Did she dog tooth me?
So, because Tim, you realize a product came out called Goober, which was a mixture of peanut butter and jelly in one container. 1976.
Oh shit!
Wait, is
got me there?
That
okay,
old?
yeah. Well, I guess we weren't. I guess that was sold in the fancy stores.
His mom had just had a vendetta against George Washington Carver.
All
right, so I completely made that year up off the top of my head, but I did just Google it. It was actually 1968.
Oh, that's weird.
Wow! Holy shit!
So, Tim,
wow.
you need to.
I'm a goober baby.
Goober baby.
I think Goober Baby is the name of one of those Gremlins ripoff movies.
Oh yeah, definitely. They just reused this thing from fucking Mac and Me and smeared peanut butter on its face. Yeah. So Okay, so we get the big gunfight in the abandoned whatever tetanus factory. I don't know. I do love Pinhead picking up a brick and just hucking it at the dude's fucking head. That rules. Just fucking domes him with it. It's
He's
so
my favorite
good.
puppet. Oh, I'm just saying he's my favorite puppet because of the whole like human hands thing.
Yeah, it's a good design.
It's so much.
It really looks incredible.
If
It's really
you put a
fucking
duster
fun.
on him, I might have liked him more.
Mhm.
Yeah. So then we've just got Blade running around. He ends up just knifing the living shit out of. Well, first he like hooks him because
He's doing a gauge.
yeah, God. First he like hooks him. That brings him down to the ground, and then he fucking knifes him in the leg so that Leech Lady can yet again ply her wares of leechery. But then
For a puppet, it looks incredible. Yeah. I'm sorry, JM.
Oh no, just turds, just turds.
Yeah. No, it's not.
I
You have a puppet, and then on top of that, the puppet is doing the animation of this shit, making its mouth so big that this fucking turd or fucking leech comes out.
Leech Lady as a puppet, I didn't love until part 3, like when you learn her backstory. But it still looks.
Wait, this is part 3.
Yeah, I'm saying like 1 and 2, she's in those,
right?
And I'm just like, whatever,
Jim.
Leech Lady, whatever, but.
Wait, hold on. I'm getting
no. So, Tim, what JM is saying is he
Master.
watched other Puppet Master movies, and he didn't find Leech Lady to be a sympathetic character. Then he saw Puppet Master 3, and he realized that Toulon had put his dead wife in there and then stuffed leeches in it, and now he gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Second place only to the Lady Gremlin.
Because, like you said, she did get kind of slutted up over the duration of the movie.
At a certain point, I have written down, who's this puppet? Like, where was this when we were fucking married and alive? Come on. Yeah, she's like, guess what?
They don't call him 6-shooter for nothing.
Oh, you think she's cucking him with the cowboy?
She's fucking all those puppets.
Why do you think he giggles so much?
He's sitting there, he's like, I can't even pull the strings. It's mechanical. It's already,
she's
mechanical
getting
animals.
fingered down by 6-shooter. She's sitting on Jester's face and telling him to spin. Tim, there's all sorts of shit going on.
Yeah.
He's watching and just sharpening.
Just sharpening his blades.
Yeah. He's got his whetstone.
Oh man! So
Thank
then
much.
they
I've hit that.
I'm writing some Puppet Master fanfic after this.
Oh, I'm down. Yeah.
I guarantee you, there has to be Puppet Master.
All right, Tom. I'm sorry. We're gonna need a lot more page 16s off of you, bud. We got another graphic novel we're working on here. So.
There you go. Come on, Tom.
I don't know.
Tom's game.
Okay. So, but you're right, Tim. He does a God damn it. Hold on. I have to pull the reference out of my head. Captain Howdy. He Captain Howdy from Strangelands Krause by grabbing all of these big fucking hooks, meat hooks. Dude.
Oh, wow. Fucking Strangelands reference.
And he just
Holy
meat hooks
shit.
the shit.
When are we going to do that movie? What year did that movie come out in? Please tell me.
99, I think. 98, 99.
Yep. No, 98. Even earlier.
Yes. Oh, guess what? We're doing that movie. It's my birthday week. I want that movie.
Can I ask you guys something?
Ash just taught me the birthday week thing.
Why didn't they just make him a puppet? Like, why wasn't that the torture porn of the movie?
I thought that's what they were going to do. I thought,
the thought is that they're going to make, because you made a puppet that looks like him. It's inspired by him. The torture would be to kill him and then put him in the puppet, and then.
But here's my problem with that line of logic is that they needed the life essence of Elsa to make the horny puppet. So where did they get the
Yes.
life essence to just have Blade like walk around and kill his self
wait.
kind of
So-
thing?
No, hold on. Maybe he took the blood from all the other Nazis that he killed. So he's like building up like a uber Nazi.
So, according to there's a couple of fan theories about who Blade
Wikipedia, go
is,
ahead.
and the most prevalent one, and I think the one with the most merit, is that Dr. Hess's spirit was put into Blade's body.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, and not blonde
But he doesn't look
puppeteer
like
guy?
him. That dude's not cutting a fucking Snickers bar in half. Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
German.
it's German Snickers.
So yeah, they hang his ass up, and then it's the most prolonged, stupid death too, because they hang him up, and then
think it
they
looks good.
find like
Yeah, it looks phenomenal.
it looks
They
stupid.
wanted
Yeah.
him to be afraid, and it wasn't that scary. It was like the hooks would have been more scary than like I'm gonna get dropped onto this one, like, what was it, a halberd?
See,
Yeah.
that part is the
Right,
lame
Yeah.
part.
that's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. The axe is stupid. That's fucking crazy.
First of all,
Just hang this
Tim,
motherfucker until he fucking...
It's a
It is
bleeds
a
out and
halberd.
dies.
It's not an axe. I will not
It's a
have
halberd.
axes fucking besmirched.
Wow,
Right.
look at that. What a bunch of fucking nerds we have in the room. How many fucking people correct me on
Sorry.
that goddamn shit? It's a halberd? What the fuck is that?
I grew up role playing.
Look
I
at
know
that.
the
Look,
halberd.
look. Oh, I guess I'm the only nerd.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go
What
ahead.
was it? Potato chips and jelly? Yeah.
Try it. It's fucking delicious. I guarantee you. Let's start a TikTok trend.
Speaking of jelly, like when they're hanging Kraus up, there's just so much boogers coming out of his
yeah.
nose. It's so
Oh.
so good, so juicy.
You think that's where the original stuff from the stuff came from? Was the boogers of a tortured and killed Nazi? Makes sense.
That puts a really dark spin on a dark movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ja, we will make all the snacks in the world white. And you're like, Jesus, I guess. Makes sense. So yeah, they drop his ass onto this fucking halberd, kills him, and then Toulon just steals Krause's identity.
Well, back then there weren't pictures, right? You weren't going to question a fucking Nazi
And
lieutenant.
I just
or
have-
commercial,
And I just
or
have
colonel.
somewhere Dana Carvey picks up a telephone and he calls him up and he says, "Guys, I got a great idea for a movie. It's called Master of Disguise. I'm going to be like this Toulon chap. He could be a blind man, he could be a Nazi general, or he could just
He
be
could
an old
be a turtle.
puppeteer."
Could be a turtle.
Yeah. So they just hop on the next train to Switzerland.
Yeah, I have written down at this point. All right, here's where the timeline is fucked up. They're losing the war on the Russian
Yes.
front, right? At this point, how easy is it to leave fucking Nazi
Very.
Germany?
Yeah, I was confused.
Well, if you didn't have like,
And then, we're going to go to America one day where they got all the chocolate candies in the world.
I think they have better chocolate in Switzerland, Tim.
yeah,
Toward the
Yeah.
end.
You want to hear a really fucked up timeline thing?
Sure.
So this movie takes place in 1941,
Mhm.
right? The first movie, Puppet Master,
Mhm.
takes place in 1939, I believe.
no, the first one,
I'm pretty sure.
the first one takes place in the 80s, Tom.
No, I swear to God,
you were talking
it is,
about like the backstory stuff, yeah?
No, I swear
was
to
talking
God,
about
like
the-
when Toulon kills himself, it's 1930 something.
I think you're right.
Wait, hold on. Don't spoil the fucking series for me, man.
So the first one was where the psychics all went to the hotel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the two ones that are
What?
kinky are the ones that you
Man.
don't want to see getting kinky.
Yep. And the twist on that one is that it's a psychic that's controlling the puppets, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, they're doing
Yeah, they're Yuri Gellering it, Tim.
Wait, which one is the one where it's the woman that's
Okay,
like
I'm
a
sorry.
living puppet drives away with all the puppets? Is that part 2?
That's a Chucky show,
You
right?
got me,
No,
man.
Okay.
We really should do a separate podcast.
No.
All right, Eddie, get ready to do your third podcast. We're doing all the Puppet
Tim,
Master.
you and me.
movies.
I'll do all the Puppet Master.
There you go. Let's do it. Yeah. Eddie can edit
Yeah,
it.
I'll edit it with just as much attention as I spend on Bloody Bits. How's that sound? So yeah, that's
Somehow when he edits the show, it's three minutes longer than
that's
we
true.
actually record.
No, so yeah, then that's it. Some bitch gives him shit for playing with dolls, and Candice, remember that? And yeah, then that's it. They load off into the train, and
No, it's an action
exactly, it's a Jester
It's not
action
a-
figure, Candice, and that's it. That is Puppet Master 3. So man, what a journey we've been on here.
It's fucked up because I bet you're probably right, because I've never seen any series where I just jumped in at the third fucking go around at this, where I was like, holy fucking shit, this makes me want to watch the rest of the movie.
It made me want to rewatch all of them and watch the ones that I haven't seen.
It made me want to go.
There's 18 of them?
Yeah.
You know what? I like this. It's a better third movie than fucking Godfather Part 3.
I still haven't seen.
Because at least this way, when they pull him back in, it's because he got strings.
I'll tell you what. After I watched this movie,
Oh, come on.
no, Tim.
Come on.
After I watched this movie,
Somebody's going to get that joke. Come on. That's good. Come on. Just, they pulled him back in because he got strings. I don't care how many times I have to say it. Somebody's going to laugh.
so I've been playing the Puppet Master video game on Steam. Yeah,
It's already out?
it's an
Wait,
early
there's a
access.
Puppet Master game? Oh shit!
Yeah, it's a Puppet Master the game. It's an asymmetric multiplayer, like every horror game is nowadays. I played
All of
as
a sudden,
Blade.
yes.
I nobody was playing it, so I
Wow, you
I
picked
had
the
to
worst
play
one.
against- no.
No, that's
Yeah,
DLC,
yeah.
Candice. He has to spend, you know what? Eddie, I'll send you the $7.99 so you get that fucking Dusty Coat DLC.
Yeah, there is one DLC pack for $7.99, but Blades is just $5. You get 6 shooters with it too. That's a good deal. No, so I played it, and nobody was playing it online, so I had to play versus a bot, and then so I killed the bot. And then the bot, it said you have to return to the little chest that all the toys come from. And it took me longer running around trying to find that than it took me to kill the bot. The villain.
Yeah,
What's
just
up,
once
dude?
I watch a little bit of the game, yes. He sent it in the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
big people, yeah. That's right, yeah. And it looks like at one point somebody like turns around and kicks somebody. They hit somebody with like a golf
Yeah,
club,
they
some
can
shit
defend
like that.
themselves against you. Otherwise, it wouldn't be much of a game. Yes.
Yep.
So yeah, then I couldn't find my way out of the game, so I just quit. And I was like, that's about enough of that.
Oh, he just gave somebody.
I want to
cheap
try to.
win.
I want to try to play as Leech Lady next. You just have to like hover over somebody for half an hour.
You just have to wait until they're asleep every single time. Like that's the only way she's effective. And I
Right.
think that even in part 1, everybody's in bed when Leech Lady does her thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, that's. Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Tom has just shared his screen. You are right. Bodega Bay in
What the fuck is that?
1939.
Yeah.
That's Puppet Master 1.
So they don't follow their own continuity.
Right. So in
It's
part
buck
1,
wild.
Does it matter? It's called Puppet Master,
Yeah.
man.
So
Come on.
Tim, big thumbs
This
up
old-
for it.
100%. I cannot believe how much I enjoyed this movie. Going into it 100% thinking, how am I going to shit on this fucking movie with 5 people
Yeah.
on this podcast?
And you couldn't. You just couldn't. JM, what about you, buddy? This viewing, what's your reaction?
I'm just still surprised that Tim could shit on Gremlins 2, but not Puppet Master 3. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I was too high to realize that it wasn't a flashback.
Look, hold on. I'm sorry, JM. I don't want to interrupt you, but at no point did any of those fucking puppets make a pop culture reference. Like, oh, Eva Braun, she's not that great looking. Nothing.
But it wouldn't have surprised me if there was like an electric puppet at some point.
There is. Isn't there the one with Toulon's ghost in it, and it's got his head for the screen or something?
Oh God, I don't know. It's been too long.
Yeah, they're cranking that phone so they get to see his face.
I really enjoyed this movie. I was too high to realize that the movie wasn't going to like go to the modern age at one point. But yeah, no, I'm all in. I'm all in for a Puppet Master podcast. And the whole time I was writing ideas for doing a Puppet Master comic book. So now I want the rights to the Puppet Master books.
Hey, JM, they got to be cheap.
You know,
at this point, they're already at the fucking 19 movies.
Yeah. Well, my first comic book, Swamp Dogs, originally we had a deal with a publisher that also did the Puppet Master books. And I said that I would do the contract if I could write a Swamp Dogs versus Puppet Master crossover book. I have wanted to write Puppet Master for a long time, and there is. Okay.
Come on, there's 19 fucking movies. There's one of everything.
Yeah. There's the lady puppet. There's the spider puppet. I'm all into it. Also, I wound up writing like a treatise on the rise of American fascism as seen through the lens of Puppet Master 3 at the same time. So,
wow,
yeah,
holy fuck.
I was real high. But yeah, no, I give it 2 thumbs up.
All right. What about you, Tom? What's your feeling after this viewing?
As Toulon says, some lost their heads, but friends saw me through. I fucking love this movie. I will say, I think it's paced a little. I don't like the pacing. I'm not 100% on the pacing. It's a little slow for me. And also, I think there's just like this wild missed opportunity. They were showing so much zombie stuff that looks so good that I was like, why aren't have at least 2 zombie slaves that are Krause's hit squad, and have the puppets fight them instead of just plain simple Nazis. Also, it would have been great, instead of the doctor just getting stabbed by a just shot Nazi, to have him killed by zombie Nazis.
Yeah, that would have been his comeuppance, circling back on him. Tim, do me a favor, look in the chat real quick. I just linked what I think my...
No, I've learned my lesson.
No, in the Riverside chat, not the Discord chat. I linked what might become your favorite puppet.
Bombshell? Yeah. Oh, wow, what the fuck?
So, and Candice...
Also, the 64 bits.
Yeah, this puppet should have been in this movie.
Yeah, weapon is machine gun breasts.
Oh, come on. Wait, hold on. Was this one... For real, this is supposed to be a puppet that was supposed to be in the movies? And she doesn't appear in the movies. Sybil Danning is going to go to her grave wishing that she could have fucking played this part.
So what about you, Candice? What's your feeling? Yeah. No. Just watch the third one and not have any context, and then you're good.
You know what? For real, it's good enough context.
It tells a story,
right?
beginning, middle, and end. You got a fat kid stealing mints. You got boobs, and you got the leech lady doing her thing. I mean, what else could you ask for? It's fun. It's a fun watch. I'm shitting on a lot of the technical flaws with this thing, but of which there are many. But it is,
of course, yes,
it is
I did
fun.
The same thing, yes. But
it is a lot of fun to watch. So, Tom and JM, thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode of the show. And just one more plug.
Go.
Yeah. No, Tom, go ahead.
Grab Swallower of Shades. I think JM actually knows how to do it better than I do, because I don't. I actually didn't know about that TWAF, right? TWAF?
No. It's TFAW. Things from Another World.
TFAW.
TFAW.com. Yeah. It is still available there. You can, if you type in Swallower of Shades, you can find a retailer that's selling it. It's a little too late to get it into your local comic shop, I think, but TFAW.com will get you a copy, or you can DM either one of us on our socials, which I'm sure we'll plug in a second. Mm-hmm. And we'll go ahead and, if it's before the October 18th release of Swallower of Shades, we'll give you a little Halloween goodie bag.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
So, what are you guys' socials then? Where can they find you at, Tom and JM?
I'm at TE Napolitano on everything.
Mm-hmm. And that's Napolitano spelled exactly how it sounds.
Yep, absolutely.
And what about you, JM?
I'm a little confusing. I'm a little bit different with every single social. So Twitter/X, I am at MRJMBRANDT. At Instagram, I'm J.M.BRANDT. I'm going to ignore Threads and Blue Sky for the time being because I don't remember them. But go ahead and follow us there. And also, if I could plug real quick, one of the things I'm really excited about this Halloween season that I'm going to wrap the Puppet Master series into is there is a letterboxed movie challenge that is in year 10 called Hooptober.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to be participating in Hooptober, and after having watched Puppet Master 3, I'm going to loop in some of the Puppet Master movies into it, but basically you will see my movie reviews for 31 horror movies across mid-September to October 31st, and you can find me at JM Brandt on Letterboxd also.
Outstanding. What about you, Tim? Anything you want people to pay attention to online?
Just like I always say, pay attention to us. Give us 5-star reviews on any podcast that you listen to. Blood Bank, how many movies you can make a request. And no shit, for somebody who usually doesn't like art or any kind of like artist like pushing shit on me, like listen to this and look what I did. I really enjoyed the comic book. It was really fun.
That was fantastic.
It was written for a Bloody Bits crowd, so.
Yep. You can tell it was written for a Bloody Bits crowd. I'll tell you that right now. What about you, Candice? Fantastic. And if you want to hear more of this, more of us, more of me, more of Tim, more of Candice, or if you want to get access to the Blood Bank, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/Bloody Bits. The Blood Bank, again, if you're not sure what it is a kind of a streaming service. It uses an application called Plex, which you can download to anything, and then you can start streaming, including your phone. Yeah, or Nintendo Switch, you can download like fucking anything, man.
Why? The fuck? Nobody's watching a Bloody Bits on fucking Nintendo
I don't know,
Switch.
Tim. I'm trying to reach out to everybody, okay? Son of a bitch.
That Nintendo crowd really digs off
little
fucking
kids.
shit.
Oh yeah, I love watching it on the Switch. Yeah,
Little Tommy, he watches it on the Switch, and you can get access to over 6,500 movies. Some of the most recent ones that we've added, we've got. Let's see here. There was one of them I really wanted to bring up.
Puppet Master 3?
Oh yeah, Incest Death Squad 2.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we've got.
Yeah, that was supposed to be.
Yeah, we've got both
night.
1 and 2.
Eddie,
yeah.
Do you have the marquee on there?
The marquee?
Marquis de Sade movie from the 80s?
Oh, you know what? I might. I'll have to search for that.
Okay.
Incest Death Squad is a comedy horror.
Yeah, what is that about? Go ahead. What's the story?
I think it's about the Marquis de Sade. I know there's a puppet penis that talks in it.
What?
Talking penis puppet?
Because I read 120 Days of Sodom, and I don't remember anything like that in that story.
Well, Tim, you know how they always take liberties with the movie. You know?
They had a talking penis to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ultimate liberty,
Yeah.
incest.
And speaking of incest, Incest Death Squad. A reporter follows an incestuous brother and sister who kill tourists in the name of God. So,
What?
yeah, basically.
Oh wait, no, no, it's the
Yeah,
old
South
Bible.
the
That's
movie
it.
is
It's Old
the other
Testament,
title
yeah.
for it. Or you can check out Murder Size. I think I brought that one up last episode, but it's right in front of me and it looks good. What's another one we just added here? World Ends at Camp Z. During the pandemic, oh boy, the present camp owner is forced to entertain the new buyer, then learns of his evil intentions toward the land. In order to stop the sale, he has tricks up his sleeve, but a zombie uprising was never one of them.
Yeah, there's too many
Yeah, and
things.
it's only-
Yeah, you're spinning too
But
many
it's only
plates.
88 minutes for all that complication. So
Oh,
you
come
know
on.
it's good, Tim. Patreon.com/Bloody Bits. So once again, JM and Tom, thank you so much for joining us. We have to have you back again next time you got something to sell.
Yeah, quick, draw something.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're working on stuff, but I think Tom really made a case for us working on Puppet Master together.
I think so. I think he did. So for Tim and Candice, I'm Eddie the Axe, and folks, this is how we end it.